You're watching Man Cave with Big Mike and Jay, covering all the sports you love on the National Streaming Sports Roku channel.
What's going on? It's actually not Big Mike and Jay at the moment. Big Mike will be on as soon as possible, but you are here. It's Tuesday, man. Another good Tuesday. Then had a good draft, man. A lot of stuff went down, and we talked about the top few picks a lot. And we seen some interesting things from those three teams, of course. Well, not really the Titans. They pretty much did what expected, but we got NBA playoffs looking good, looking bad, some areas, looking good, most areas. Some things to talk about there. But how about those Cavs, though? How about those Cavs? Oh, my God. 138-83. That's the closeout game. Beautiful, beautiful. But if you hear in the comments, salute. If you watching, salute. I know we're supposed to start at 12:30, but Mike got to work later. So we're trying to get it done as soon as possible. You know, always got some stuff going on. So I got all the teams pulled up right here and what they did in the draft. I'm going to, of course, save Cleveland for when Mike gets here. But the Super Bowl champion Eagles, I'm going to start right there. Jahad Campbell was their first pick at 19, and then they picked Andrew Mukuba, which I like that. That's a great pick at safety for them. Ty Robinson. Damn, they got a lot of picks. Ty Robinson from Nebraska. Mac McWilliams from USC. That's DT corner. Linebacker Smil Mondin, I think. I don't know how to say his name. Then you got Drew Kendall, Boston College center, Kyle McCord. So the Eagles drafted Kyle McCord in the 6th round. QB, of course. And then they got 2 offensive tackles after that. Miles Hinton, Michigan. Cameron Williams, Texas. Edge rusher from from Virginia Tech. So they had a lot of picks. And the Eagles actually didn't do bad. The Kyle McCord pickup, I guess that's good for them because they really honestly don't need a quarterback right now. Kyle McCord's an okay quarterback, but he's never, he's not that. I'm shocked he got drafted. I'm not even gonna lie. But overall for the Eagles, I like it. I like that that Jahad Campbell pick is a really, really good pick. He's a really good linebacker. He's gonna get a lot of tackles. He's fast. So he may be a better coverage linebacker than anything because he has he had the 4th fastest 40-yard dash time, 4.52. Yeah, it was the 4th one for linebacker. So he got speed. He'll be a solid cover. He'll be a solid coverage linebacker. And I like their salute, Daniel, salute. Salute everybody, salute normal chat. I like their second pick also. Safety Andrew Mukuba from Texas. So Eagles started out with defense because their 3rd pick was in the 4th round, and they got Ty Robinson from Nebraska, which is good too. So they're bolstering up. They bolstered up their defense a lot because they ended it with an edge rusher. I like the 2 offensive linemen, but their best pick is definitely Jahad Campbell. But I just want to start with the Eagles. They won a Super Bowl, so I just want to see what the champs was going to do, on the re-up in the draft. So overall grade that I would give them myself, just because it's the Eagles and they did get some really good picks. Because being the last pick, you don't get much good picks. You might your first pick and maybe your second, but they got like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 good picks. So I'll give them a B. I'll give the Eagles a B. I'm gonna give them a B because I like what they did. That first pick though, Jahad, man, that's a really, really good pick. Let's see where we want to go next. If anybody in the chat, want to hear about a team or your team, or I can pull up the list. I got all the teams right here. Let's see where I want to go next. Actually, I'm gonna just spin it where it stopped. We're gonna go there. Tampa Bay. See, Tampa Bay. They had 6 picks. They had 6 picks, 1 in every round but the 6th. And, of course, their first pick was Emeka Egbuka, Great, yeah. B for Eagles, normal guy. That's what I'm giving them, man. They had a decent draft too to be the Super Bowl champions. Emeka Ibuka got picked first by Tampa Bay, which is great for Baker Mayfield. He gets another weapon. You can use Ibuka in screen situations, and you can hit him deep. He's a good route runner. He got good hands, and he's not afraid of anybody on the defense. So, and that's the type of player Baker Mayfield needs. He needs somebody like that. He's almost like a Swiss. He can almost be like a Swiss Army knife. So I like their first pick. Of course, another Buckeye, you know what I mean? Pick 19, another first round Buckeye wide receiver, you know. Should we put the most people in other than USC was second? Yeah, you know, it is what it is. Then they got Benjamin Morris, cornerback from Notre Dame, which is a really, really good pick. I was shocked that they picked him, but that was smart for Tampa Bay. They actually went corner and got Jacob Parrish from Kansas State. Now I'm not as high on him as I am as on Benjamin Morris, but I mean, he can develop into a solid player. Tampa Bay is just, you know, Todd Bowles, those guys over there, just defense, man. They love defense because they went defense again. David Walker in the 4th round, Central Arkansas, and then that's an edge rusher, then another edge rusher, Elijah Roberts, SMU in the 5th round, and then Tez Johnson from Oregon, and I like that. So they got Baker Mayfield 2 rookie wide receivers. Tez Johnson was really good at Oregon, and we all know what Ibuka does, but Tez Johnson was really, really good at Oregon. But they had 2 corners and 2 edges in there, and I like that because that tells me that Tampa Bay is trying to get back to the stout defense and get off the field and stay off the field, 3 and outs and turnovers and stuff like that. Because I like those 2 cornerbacks, man, especially Benjamin Morris. They're great for me because they drafted Book and Tez Johnson. I like those 2 corners. I'm giving them a B2. I'm not even going to hold you. I'm going to give Tampa Bay a B2. I like it. I like what they did. Got Baker 2 weapons and then got 4 defensive players that can turn into potential good players. Let's see where we want to go next. Let's see. Chicago Bears. And they surprised the hell out of me, but it was smart because you got Caleb Williams. You got a gunslinger. So their first pick being Colston Loveland was a steal for me because at 10, maybe not a steal because it's number 10. They picked him at 10, but man, I didn't think he was going to go further than that, and he didn't because he's a really, really good corner, even though he's from that team up north. I mean, he's a really good tight end. I like it. 92 grade overall. He can block. He can catch the ball. He gets the ball, and then he can break in some tackles and make some moves as a tight end and take balls to the house, man. He was really, really good this past season. His whole career, really. But Loveland Colston at number 1 from Michigan was really good. But then this is where I was surprised. I didn't think they was going to do this, but they picked Luther Burden in round 2 from Missouri, wide receiver. So they go tight end wide receiver for Caleb, which I thought they was going to go offensive lineman first, but they something about Colston. He can block too, so you kind of get one that can catch. But then they went Luther Burden, which is great. And then they Boston College, they went to a offensive lineman, Ozzy Trapilo, which he's okay. He's not bad. They had 2 second-round picks. That was pick 24. He's not great, but he's not bad. He could be right there. Like I think he'll be solid for those guys, for the Bears for sure. Actually they have 3 second-round picks. They took Shamar Turner, defensive tackle from Texas A&M. They traded up. A lot of these, like they was trading around. They did a lot of trading. I will say that. I like that pickup. Turner's pretty decent. Texas A&M got a history of having some good edge rushers and defensive tackles, so that's not a bad pick. Then they fourth round they went Ruben Hypolite II, linebacker out of Maryland. I don't know much about him, so I can't really speak on that pick. Hopefully it works out for him. Zay Frazier from University of Tulsa, San Antonio, cornerback. Don't know much about him. I have heard a few things, so apparently he's a pretty solid pick where they picked him at. So, we'll see. 6th round, Luke Newman, offensive tackle, Michigan State. See, they picked the lineman. Chicago picked the lineman in the 2nd round, which is fine at pick 24, but then they didn't pick another one until round 6. And I feel like they need linemen. Like Caleb needs more protection, but I guess. And then their last pick, Rutgers, Kyle Manajai, running back, which I like, dude. He's a solid running back. So they get a solid back. They got Loveland, Colston, and Burden, which they needed that. And then they got Ozzie Trapilo, offensive tackle, in the 2nd round, and Shamar Turner in the 2nd round at DT. So with those 4 picks right there, the Bears, I'm going to give the Bears a B+, because those first 4 picks was really, really – actually, I'm going to give them a B. Third B. Because those first 4 picks are pretty solid picks, man. So I'm gonna give them Chicago Bears. I'm gonna give you a B, buddy. I'm gonna give you a B. And I was watching this, and I'm just looking at this draft, and I'm like, man, this is weird how everything going. Because what the Titans did, we knew that they was gonna do. They took their guy. I'm not mad at that. I'm not even saying he should have been the first overall pick, but if you need a quarterback, he was probably the best available. Dart could end up being better than him, but you don't draft Dart at number 1. Like, I don't think you draft Ward at number 1 either, but it is what it is. It happened. So, and speaking of the Titans, we'll just go to the Titans, man, because then that what happened at number 2, and then like the Giants did what I knew they was going to do after who was available was still available. So it was interesting to start out. It really was. All right, Tennessee Titans. We already know. Look, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 picks. The Titans ended up with 9 damn picks. I didn't even realize that they picked that many damn times. Oh, obviously, Cam Ward, number 1. They needed a quarterback, strong arm quarterback. He's got great pocket presence for me. He can run. He don't have to run, but he can run if he needs to run. He played at Washington State, you know what I mean? And being at Washington State, it's an air raid school. So he did a lot of passing. He threw the ball a lot at Washington State. Then he goes to Miami, throws even more, you know what I mean? So 39 touchdowns, 7 interceptions in 2024. It's not the worst. It's not the best. It's not the worst. Middle of the pack, we'll take it. I see like a Jordan Love type of thing. Like I seen who said that? I think it was Matt Miller that said that, and I completely agreed because I couldn't think of who I could compare him to, but I really like the Jordan Love comparison. I don't know if it takes him that long to be good because he's going to be playing from day 1. Jordan Love had to sit. Well, I think he's going to be playing from day 1, so we'll see. But I like that pick. And then round 2, 2nd pick. They picked the edge rusher from UCLA, which is a really, really good pickup for them. They need that. They need a good edge rusher, and he's going to come in, and he should make an impact right away, depending on how they use him and if they use him right away, because they may not even use him right away. But I like it. I can't pronounce his name, or I would say it. But and then 3rd pick, Kevin Winston Jr., Penn State, phenomenal pick. Safety, phenomenal pick. I like it. See, the Titans. They got a plan. See, they got their quarterback, then you go edge, then you go safety, and then you go Shamir Dyke, wide receiver at 4, and then tight end Gunnar Helm from Texas at 4 in the 4th round. Both of those are 4th round picks, and then you get Stanford wide receiver. I can't pronounce his last name at 4, and that Stanford wide receiver. He was really good at Stanford, so they got a really good wide receiver. They got a really good Gunnar Helm is going to be a really good tight end in the NFL. So they got a really good tight end and 2 good wide receivers. Shamir Dyke's really good out of Florida. So I like what they did. Quarterback, edge rusher, safety, wide receiver, tight end, wide receiver. And that wide receiver, tight end, wide receiver combo right there, I like it because that guy from Stanford, he flew under the radar, but he was really, really, really good. He was really good. And then after that, they go in the 5th round, Jackson Slater, Sacramento State offensive guard. Don't know much about him. Can't speak on that. Marcus Harris, California cornerback. And then Mullins, running back from Michigan, Khalil, which there's nothing to write home about with Khalil Mullins. He's going to be good. He's going to be decent, I should say, if he gets the ball. Just you got to run him. In Michigan, he showed flashes. He was decent. So overall, I'm going with another B. Everybody got a B so far for me, because I don't want to go lower than a B on them because they went Cam Ward, the edge rusher from UCLA, safety, wide receiver, tight end, wide receiver. That was those picks, and I like Gunnar Helm and the Stanford wide receiver. I think those two guys are going to be a real big impact for Cam Ward, and that's going to really help Cam Ward, I think. And you got to think Calvin Ridley's over there. I want to say they brought in Tyler Lockett and somebody else. I cannot remember, but I think they brought in Tyler Lockett and somebody else. I cannot think of it over there with Calvin Ridley. So he's going to come in to throw that ball. You know what I mean? There you go, normal guy. We'll go to that. I'll go to the Saints. I gave them a B. Normal guy just brought up the Saints. So we're going to go to New Orleans. All right, man. Devin Neal, since you brought his name up, they got him in the 6th round. To me, I was shocked because I thought Neal would go higher than the 6th round, but that is a steal and a half, normal guy. I'm with you. And I think it's going to be like the same thing for the Browns, getting Shedeur in the 5th. I think that's going to be a steal and a half, because even if he don't turn out to be the best quarterback in the draft, if he turn out to be top 5, that's still a steal at pick 5. I mean, in round 5. But I like Devin Neal, but let's start at the top and see this damn. They second pick was the quarterback from Louisville, Tyler Shaw. I could not believe he went like that high, man. Like, it is what it is. Kevin Banks Jr., number 1 pick, offensive tackle, which was smart, but I thought the Bears would have did that. Like, that's what I thought the Bears would have done, but they went a different way. But the Saints took Kevin Banks Jr., offensive tackle out of Texas. Phenomenal pick for them. Tyler Shaw, Louisville, quarterback. Good backup, I guess. He's not playing. Spencer Rattler will be playing. I don't think Duke can win that job. I don't know. Third round, Vernon Broughton, Texas DT. I like that pick. That's a really good pick for them. I really like that. Damn, taking Tyler in the 2nd round is bugging me right now. Tyler Shaw. 3rd round, Jonas Sanker, Virginia safety. He's actually really good. That's a really good pick. And I see they went defense for 4 straight picks. 4th round, Danny Stutzman, linebacker, Oklahoma. 4th round again, picked in the 29th pick, Quincy Riley, Louisville, cornerback. I like the DT pick. I like the safety pick and the linebacker pick. I don't think that's going to make a difference or impact or anything, but I mean, who knows? And then you got Devin Neal, like I said, 6th round, running back, still normal guy. That's a steal right there. I didn't think he was going to drop that far. 7th round, tight end out of UCLA. Can't pronounce that guy's name, but he's a solid tight end. I don't know how good he's going to be in the league, but he's a solid tight end. I like that pick. And then edge rusher Fadil Diggs from Syracuse. I like that pick for them too. They actually did really good. I'm going to give New Orleans, damn, man. I like what they did. I'm going to give them a B-. I'm going to give them a B- because their only really good pick is Kelvin Banks to me at 1, and then you stole Devin Neal in the 6th round, and then maybe your 3rd round pick, Vernon Broughton from Texas. So I'm gonna give them a B-. Saints, y'all get a B-. I'm with it. All right, normal guy, and y'all did good, man. Y'all, I'm proud of y'all, man. It's just y'all quarterback situation. Hopefully Tyler Shaw might be able to come through for y'all, or maybe Spencer Rattler show up and be a really good quarterback, because y'all Derek Carr days is over for sure. All right, where are we gonna go next? Actually, I want to go to Jacksonville, because Jacksonville did something very interesting. They went and got the Florida kid. They like, all right, Travis from here, let's trade up. And Mike been saying that he figured that trade. He said he thought a big trade was going to happen right away. I agree with him. And he had all these trade scenarios for the Browns and all this stuff. It all made sense in the picks and how he did it. But Jacksonville trading up to number 2 to take Travis Hunter was completely out of left field for me. I didn't know what the hell was going on once that happened. So the Jaguars move up and pick Travis Hunter at 2. They had a lot of picks too. And then they didn't have a second round pick. Man, Travis Hunter, I think he's going to fit really well with them. And if they're smart, they'll play him at wide receiver because they don't really have a lot of weapons out there for Trevor Lawrence, and they need a reliable guy every down that you can count on. You know what I mean? And Travis Hunter, you can count on him. Like I said the last show, if you using him both ways, you're not getting 100% of what he does as a corner or as a wide receiver if you're using him both ways. So I'm not really I wouldn't really be trying to do that, but it is what it is. Third round, Caleb Ransall, cornerback from Tulane. That's actually not a bad pick. That's a pretty solid pick. I think he'll fit really well with their defense because the way that he plays, I think that's a solid pick. Another third round pick, Matt Millam, West Virginia offensive guard. I heard he was really good. I don't know much about him, but I heard he was really good. That's supposedly a good pick. They like what they see from him, and they like his footwork, and he will protect his quarterback. So, I mean, they got him in the third round. It's a good pick to me. So, pick 4, they had 2 fourth-round picks. I don't know how to say Bayshore Tootin, running back, West Virginia. But West Virginia always got decent running back. So anytime you can get a running back, and it's the 4th round, so it's not bad. Anytime you can get a running back from West Virginia, you should be happy. They stay with a good running back or two. It might not happen every year, but you'll catch them, and then they'll have a couple running backs. 2nd, 4th round pick, Jake Kaiser, linebacker from Notre Dame. That is a very, very, very good pick for them, and they got him in the 4th, so they don't have to pay him no crazy money. I like that. I like that Kaiser pick. I thought he would go in the 3rd round because he's a really good linebacker, but Notre Dame got a lot of guys, but 4th round for them is perfect. That's a really, really good pick. I like that pick. That's one of my favorite picks that they made. I can't say period because I'm going to get to that later, but I like the Jack Kaiser pick in the 4th round. Then this right here was good too. Right after that, they didn't get a 5th round pick, but they got a 6th round pick, and they picked Jalen McLeod, linebacker from Auburn. So that tells me that they know that their linebacking core is weak. They know that they need linebackers to help stop the run and to help in pass coverage. I like Kaiser will help with the run for sure, and Jalen McLeod, I like he'll help within the pass coverage and all that stuff. So that's 2 really good picks back to back too, 4th and 6th round. Ryan Lane, the 3rd, Navy safety. I don't know much about him. Didn't watch Navy games. If I did, I didn't pay attention to him. It was the offense we was paying attention to. You already know. But they got him in the 6th round. So, it's either a bust or you got a good pick. 7th round center from USC, Jonah Monheim. Now, he played at USC, but I'm not going to say that was a great pick, but it's not a bad pick. If he turns out to be something, then, hey, you got him in the 7th round. Last pick in the 7th round, LaQuint Allen, Syracuse running back. I don't not even putting no stock into that pick because I never heard of dude. I don't think he's good. I seen Syracuse play, and I couldn't even tell you if that was the dude running the ball. So, but overall, the Travis Hunter pick, of course, I like that. The crazy thing is they got Travis here as corner, not wide receiver, cornerback, not wide receiver. They have him on here. Jacksonville picked him as a corner, and then their 2nd pick is a corner. So they pick back-to-back corners. So Jacksonville is trying to get some lockdown shit happening because Ransall from Tulane is really good. He's going to fit well with Travis. So maybe Jacksonville's going to use him as a corner because that's what it says they drafted him as. So, but I like those 2 picks, and I like Kaiser and McLeod, those 2 linebacker picks. So I'm going to give Jacksonville a B-. Trading up to get Travis Hunter alone gives you the B. And the minus part, That's only because a lot of these dudes on here, I don't know who the hell they are. Now, Kaiser, McLeod, and Hunter and Ranshaw, I heard of him, but them all the rest of them dudes, I don't know. That's you get a minus for them dudes. I don't know who none of them dudes is. And they last 3 picks, don't know who none of them are. So that's where they get the minus. Jacksonville, B minus. All right, where we at, man? Where we want to go now, man? Let's go to the AFC North route. Now, actually, no, you know what? Is that Big Mike popping in? All right. You know, let's go to Carolina. Let's go to Carolina real quick, man. Let's see. Is it gonna let me add him to this? Oh, he added himself. There we go.
What up?
There go Big Mike in the building, man. Nothing, man. I'm just going through the list of all the teams and what everybody drafted so far. I just did Jacksonville. I gave them a B minus. They only got that for trading up and getting Travis Hunter like that. Nobody expected them to do that, and that was like out of nowhere shit. And then the 3rd round, they got a cornerback. They went corner. They drafted Travis Hunter as a corner. That's what it say right here, cornerback Travis Hunter. They don't got wide receiver or slash. It's just cornerback. So they drafted 2 corners. Then they took the offensive guard in the 3rd with one of those corners, and then they got Jack Kaiser in the 4th from Notre Dame, that linebacker. They got him in the 4th round, and then right after that, in the 6th round, they drafted Jalen McLeod, linebacker from Auburn. So that's why I'm giving them a B minus, because the last 3 picks, I don't know who them dudes are, and I don't know who that 4th round running back is, but he came from Virginia Tech, so he probably good. So B minus for me.
Right.
What about you? What's good, Almighty? All right, and I'm just gonna go because I also did the Bears. I gave the Bears a B. Colston Loveland, and then they drafted Luther Burden right after that. That tells me what they're trying to do for Caleb. But then they went offensive tackle. Then they went defensive tackle, linebacker, corner, and those 3 picks right there are really, really good picks. So I gave them a B.
All right, I agree.
All right, and then I think I did one more, the Titans. I did the Titans. I gave them a B also. Only gave them a B because Cam Ward, the UCLA edge rusher, can't pronounce his name. Then they Kelvin Winston right after that, and then they went Shamir Dyke, Gunnar Helm. I don't know if people know who that is from Texas. Dude, that tight end was a monster. And then the wide receiver from Stanford, however you say his name, yeah, dude was really, really good. And then they picked Cam Ward, but then they also threw in Mullins from Michigan in the 6th round. So I gave him a B because that Shamir Dyke is from Florida. He a wide receiver. Then Gunnar Helm, tight end from Texas. Stanford's wide receiver, which he was a monster. So that alone right there, you know what I mean? Then you throw in the offensive tackle, edge rusher, safety, and all that's the top picks. So I gave him a B. I could say B plus for real, but I'm gonna give him a B.
Yeah, they did what they had to do. And Almighty, hey, listen, y'all had an amazing draft. I give it to you. But you got the quarterback you didn't want. You didn't want Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
Telling you right now.
Oh no, we about to go. All right, since he brought, okay, we're gonna go right to that real quick. The last one I did, just to get your grade, was the Buccaneers, and they picked Ibuka at 1, and then Benjamin Morris in the 2nd round, cornerback Notre Dame. That was a really good pick. Jacob Parrish, cornerback Kansas State, and then they did David Walker, Elijah Roberts, Tez Johnson in the 7th round from Oregon, and he's a monster. So I gave them a B too. Because they got Baker, they got him Ibuka and Tez Johnson. So, and then they got corner, edge rusher. So, and I know who all these guys are, so I gave them a B. What'd you think?
I'll give them a C.
All right,
I feel like they needed linebackers because all the linebackers are old and they got rid of a couple. They needed help in the linebacking core.
Who's that normal guy? Hold on real quick. Almighty brought up the his boys, so we're gonna go right there. Then I'll go right to the Colts. All right, them Giants. Obviously, we know they took Abdul Carter, and then the fact that they went back up at pick 25 and took Jackson Dart, I'm giving them a B plus off of that just alone by itself. Then they turn around at pick 3 and pick Darius Alexander for the line. Now listen to this. Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, what's the other? Abdul Carter, and then Darius Alexander. That's 5 defensive linemen that can start on any team in the league. The Giants' defensive line is going to be very, 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 very scary. They're going to get a lot of sacks. It's going to be a lot of tackles for loss. All of that shit about to happen. Then they pick Scatterbo at 4 to complement. Bro, they might have got an A.
Yeah, I give them an A. Like I said, they did a hell of a draft.
Then they went. But they got Scatterbo in the 4th. Then in the 5th, they went to Marcus Bow. That's an amazing pick in the 5th round to get him in the 5th round. Like, you ain't got to pay him nothing, and he's really good. And then the last 2 picks was tight end, cornerback. But those first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks, bro, they got an A out of me. I've got to give them an A, bro.
And I agree with it. That's a hell of a draft they did. Dabo loved Dart and said, "Get me Dart."
Yes.
And they got Carter. They got everybody. Look, that line's going to be
Scatterbo. Oh, that D line.
Scary period.
That defense about to be insane. Now, as long as Russell Wilson can go out there and just do what he does, I really think the Giants make a big splash over there. It's going to be some problems over there with that defensive line. I'm telling you, that defense, period, man. Like, they took Abdul, and then they got the DT from Toledo, and dude is a beast too. That Jackson Dart shit fucked me up, but they getting an A. They getting an A from me though.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah, we did normal guys Saints too. Number 1, Kelvin Banks Jr.
Listen, Almighty, Dart. Yeah, not ready. You're not going. That's not a dude I'm throwing right at starting. Russell Wilson's there for that.
Yeah, Jameis got 2 years. But Jameis got 2 years, so you play Russ this year. If Dart's still not ready, you got Jameis for 1 more year, and then Dart will be ready by his 3rd year. That's a fact.
Dart is a guy your coach absolutely loves, just like I love him. Like Dabo wanted Dart.
Yep. And I think going up and picking him at pick 25, I wouldn't have done that. I would not in the 1st round, because you got to pay him a little bit more money. But it's great.
That's why they did that. They wanted that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So overall, what they did, that's what they wanted. I'm cool with that. And Shador, yeah, everybody that wanted Shador, the general manager on their team and coach didn't want him. So I mean, the Browns did. The Browns wanted him, but the Browns, y'all wanted to draft him higher, but nobody wanted to draft him high. So y'all hit a lick.
There were situations going on there saying he showed up in those interviews with the headphones blaring, and
what I heard is that he was botching
shit, which I don't know if I believe.
What I heard was the teams that he didn't want to go to, like the Giants and shit like that, he completely shitted the interview. Like because he didn't want to go there. Fuck y'all. Like, so now I think that's probably the reason why he fell so far. All that other stuff, that's just hate, man. None of that stuff makes nobody drop. Deion was worse than that, and he still, you see where he got drafted at. Yes. You know what I mean? Yes, that's what I'm saying. So I think the fact that he did shit on a few teams, he did. He had some interviews and everybody's saying the same thing. Like the Giants, he did the Giants dirty. You know what I mean? And that word travels. So I think that's what happened. But real quick, normal guy, before we get to the coach, because you brought up the coach, he actually, because he the Saints, Kelvin Banks, Tyler Shaw, number in the 2nd round, Vernon Broughton, DT in the 3rd round. I like that out of Texas. Jonas Sanker. They got Devin Neal in the 6th round, which is a steal and a half. Quincy Riley, cornerback from Louisville, he's good. Stutzman from Oklahoma, linebacker. I gave him a B with that right there, because Tyler Shaw could turn out to be the guy that they're looking for. I'm not gonna lie, he could.
I'm not a big fan of their draft at all, to be honest.
I'm giving them a B for them because it's them.
They could have got a whole nother player to change their dynamic at.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm just saying what they did for them, for it being them, I gave them a B. Like it's so many other teams that could have did the same thing and they would have got like a C or some shit, or C minus.
They a C for me. I feel
like all right.
They reached, and Tyler Shaw, like that was crazy to me.
All right. Normal guy brought up the Colts a second ago. I like what they did. Number 1, Tyler Warren in the 14 in the 1st round. They got that boy JT in the second. Yeah, I know. And from Ohio State, Justin Wiley, Minnesota cornerback. That's a good pick. Jalen Travis, offensive tackle, Iowa State. That's a good pick. DJ Giddens, running back, Kansas State. That's a good pick. Riley Leonard, quarterback, Notre Dame. That's a good pick. I forgot about Riley Leonard. That's a good pick. We never brought him up. I forgot all about him. That was 6th round. 6th round, Tim Smith, Alabama DT. That's not a bad pick. And then number 7, Hunter Waller, safety, Wisconsin. I'm gonna give them the Colts get a C, man. They could have did more.
I agree.
They could have did more. I like Tyler Warren and JT, but after that, it's like, all right, bro. Y'all could have got some better players than that, man. I like Justin Wiley.
They could have drafted. They didn't draft best player available, and they didn't even draft their needs. It was crazy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give them a C just to be nice because they got JT and they got Tyler Warren. They win Big Ten for the first 2, so that alone can get you a C right there because those 2 guys will help if you got a quarterback. Because Tyler Warren ain't gonna matter if you ain't got no quarterback. That's all I'm saying.
Well, they're gonna
so
see
AR
or Daniel Jones does his thing. We'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna go see. Yeah, Finesse, y'all definitely setting up Dart for success by putting, yes, he already got weapons. Like, y'all just need him to develop himself and be ready for the NFL. All right, normal guy, you brought up the Falcons. Normal guy ain't playing. All right, where's the Falcons?
He was just talking about that, the defensive coordinator's son.
Well, he helping me decide where to go next, so I'm going to just go to the Falcons, you know what I mean? Like, and the Falcons only had 5 picks, but they did really good with 3 of those. And they went all defense except for the 7th round. So their first pick was Jalen Walker, which is linebacker, phenomenal pick. He coming out, busting heads off rip. James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee, edge rusher. That was in the first round, too. They traded up to get that at 26. Bro, they got 2 studs. Those first 2 are 2 studs that are going to cause problems immediately. You got one at linebacker and one at edge. Their run defense should be better. And then third, Xavier Watts, and in the 3rd round and the 4th round, Billy Bowen Jr., both are safeties. The Xavier Watts one, phenomenal pick in the 3rd round. He's going to be good. He's going to be good. He should be good. Maybe not right away, but he'll progress and he'll develop. Then their last pick, 7th round, Jack Nelson, OT, from Wisconsin, which in the 7th, he either going to be good or he ain't. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at that. But those first 4 picks, man, I'm gonna give them a B-. They got 2 studs, bro, in the first round. That's crazy. They got 2 of the best they got 2 of the best at their position available. Now they're not the best, but they're 2 of the best at their positions.
All right. Well, I'm giving them a C-.
It's a little red jet. Why are you giving them a C-?
Well, I like Jalen Walker. I get the whole James Pierce.
Bro, he about to be up, bro.
He's got issues. There's things that's got to be worked out for him.
Nah, he gonna be fine.
No, he's got issues.
Nah, he gonna be fine.
It's not ability to play issues. It's mental and ego issues. He's got issues.
Well, they'll check that in. That'll get checked.
My problem with that pick is you could have got that in the 2nd round.
Yeah, you definitely could have.
I'm not giving up next year's.
I don't know.
Listen, I'm not giving up next year's first to go up and get him. They gave up a 1st round pick next year to go up and get him. No.
Yeah, but maybe you're right about that. But other moves can be made. They can get another 1st round pick when it's time.
But now they have no 1st round again.
Well, for now they don't. But after the season and they do some more stuff, they can make a trade in the draft next year and get back in the 1st round.
Yeah, but that wasn't worth it.
But I think that they think James Pierce is really good. They went after the guys that they liked. They didn't.
Listen,
yeah.
James Pierce better have a hell of a rookie year for me to say solidify that they get.
Well, he had a hell of a senior year at Tennessee.
He was all right. He didn't.
He was a problem, buddy. He was a problem.
For the games that he played in. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But I think in the NFL, in college, it's different, man. They still treat you like kids and shit. Like in the NFL, it's grown man time. All that shit he talking about, they gonna be like, "This is what it is," or you get the fuck out. So he gonna have to fix himself. He ain't gonna have no choice. Anywhere? Oh, okay. Almighty, I was waiting on Mike. He here, so we can go to the Browns. Which the Browns, to me, had a really, really, really good draft. So confusing as fuck. Number 1 pick was Mason Graham in the number 5. That was very, very confusing to a lot of people. But if you really go back and look at Mason Graham, y'all got a stud. If you really go back and look at his tape, y'all got a stud. I'm not mad at that pick at all. But this second pick, 90, he led the league in tackles, in playing in the Big Ten with 90 solo tackles. Carson Swessinger, linebacker from UCLA. That's a really, really good pick, man. Like that is, I didn't expect y'all to go there with the second pick. I didn't. I thought y'all was going to like at least get a quarterback, find a quarterback then, but y'all went linebacker, bro. Like, and y'all got a really good linebacker. So those 2 picks alone give y'all a B for me just off of those 2. Because Mason Graham is a stud. I went back and I was looking at his shit, his numbers and highlights. He's a monster. And I forgot he was the one causing us all the fucking problems all these times. We keep losing. We can't contain him. So yeah, y'all got a good one. Then this third one, bro, this put y'all, bro, Quinshon Judkins. What? Mason Graham, Carson, and Judkins. Then y'all turned around in the third round and got Harold Fanning Jr. from Bowling Green. He's good. That's a great compliment to Njoku. If he don't want to act right, you could throw him right out there, and he's going to be effective right now. Then, confusing pick.
Yeah.
After once y'all got the 5th pick, this became a confusing pick. Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round. What the hell made y'all do that?
I have no clue.
Have you heard them saying anything about drafting him?
They had to work out with him. They liked that he was a winner. You know, he could make all the throws, but he's short and left-handed. I don't know what their deal is. My whole thing is I think they wanted a true QB competition. So you got yourself Flacco, Pickett, and 2 rookies, and you're gonna just
they really want to see. I think they always had intentions of getting Shedeur. But I feel like by drafting Dylan Gabriel, now he has to go out there and sharpen his skills. He has to compete now because we know what Dylan Gabriel's going to do. He's going to go out there and do everything that he's supposed to do. Coach is going to tell him he's not going to have no lip. He's not talking back. He's not no ego, no nothing. So I like what they did because that might get the best out of him. I don't know. I don't think either one of them are a day one starter because Flacco's there for a reason. But Flacco being back there is perfect for both of those guys, man, because they're going to learn a lot from him.
And that's where there's no pressure on him to try to be day one starter because Flacco's going to be it in a sense. They could just battle for it, and if one of them top out and do some crazy shit, great. But it's more or less learn, soak it up, get used to everything, and then get rolling. If
Shedeur turned out to be really good for y'all, and y'all picked him, so y'all's 4th round pick was Dylan Sampson from Tennessee. I don't know how he fell that far, which he's a running back, so I get it, but I don't think he should have fell all the way down there. So y'all got Judkins and Sampson in the same draft. Sampson is a monster too. So y'all got 2 studs at running back and then 2 studs at quarterback because y'all took Shedeur in the 5th round. Now, if he turns out to be good, where will this pick go in history of picks? Because y'all got Shedeur in. That's like, go ahead.
It's like Tom Brady getting picked in the 6th round in a sense. I'm not saying Shedeur.
Well, without the super, we just saying, I'm just saying if he gets all pros and stuff like that.
Talent that was stated to be 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Fell to 5th. You pay him absolutely jack shit for money,
and he go out and win all the time. I ain't saying Super Bowls.
And then in 3 years, you could be like, all right, now we're gonna give you some real money.
Yeah,
so you got 3 years to build that team up with all the other money going somewhere else, and the Watson shit will be gone. Everything will be gone because after this year, you get $44 million back from Watson. You get all that. You made the trade with Mason Graham. You dropped 2 spots to get the best D tackle in the draft.
Yeah, man.
Mason Graham, and you got a first next year, and you got that second rounder this year, which you turned into Judkins and Carson. Carson is the best linebacker in the nation.
Yes.
90 solo tackles. Only missed 4 tackles the whole year.
Yes, that is crazy, yo.
I was watching Baldinger was doing a whole thing on him. He says
Yeah.
this dude, he might have only started 1 year, but he was a walk-on. He
Yeah.
walked on the UCLA.
Yeah.
Was a special teams ace, and then started that year. And he gets small. He's got good instincts. He knows what's happening. He gets right to the ball with quickness. Baldy's like, this dude's gonna be a fucking stud. And then you got Junkins, a power back.
Yeah,
Dude is
monster.
downhill running,
Yep.
smash shit. Then you go on and get Harold Fannin, who led
That shit right there.
and touchdowns as a tight end.
How in the hell did nobody? Oh, that is crazy, man.
So you get him, and Stefanski likes running a 12 scheme set where he puts 2 tight ends out there, 2
Yes.
receivers. He
Yes.
likes that type of thing. So him and
Yes.
Njoku out there at the same time is going to be a damn problem.
And it's crazy because even if y'all don't play Chubb or none of y'all's running backs, y'all can play Quinshawn and Sampson right now, day one, and they could
Yes.
be y'all 2-1-2
And then
back.
you get Sampson, who's that finesse, versatile back who's
I like
catching the
him.
ball out the backfield.
Yeah, I like
and
him.
doing shit like that.
Yeah, I like him. So all y'all's running backs days are numbered. I'm
Well,
telling you that right now.
Trump's a free agent. We never signed him back yet.
Oh,
So
y'all didn't?
not yet. He right now the word is he may sign with the Bears.
Yeah, he cooked. No, he cooked.
We
He's
can
not
still
coming back.
match him if we want match it and say, hey, we're gonna take him
Nah.
back. And then
Y'all still
release-
got y'all still
got
got Ford. Yeah, y'all hell no. Let Chubb go, bro. I know
What's
y'all
happening
love
is
him.
Ford's only got this year, and then we let him go.
Yeah, you see, y'all already got it. Y'all just got another Chubb. Quinshawn Junkins, bro. Y'all don't need Chubb no more. Y'all can start both of them day one and they'll complement
And
each other.
I'd be all right with that.
Goodness gracious. Y'all so far, y'all got every position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. And it's a good player at all 7 picks. Like y'all don't have one pick to where it's like maybe Dylan Gabriel if you think
That's a
he's good and all
question
that.
for me. Like, why?
But
do
he's
that
still
in the
good. He's
third?
still a really good player, though. That's what I'm
He's
saying.
a good player, but my thing is short quarterbacks, especially
Right.
left-handed quarterbacks, do not
Right.
make it in this league.
Well, we got Kyler, we got Russ, and Drew Brees. I mean, Flutie back in the day.
Left-handed. Drew Brees
But
is a
left-handed
righty.
is the problem. Yeah, left-handed
Russell's
is
a
the problem.
righty.
Yeah, left-handed is the problem, though. You're right.
Look, Penix is a lefty, so we're going to see what happens there. Michael Vick was a lefty, and I mean, you just saw that. But I think Shador's the one that comes
listen.
out. I think we can still trade. Look, having Dylan still makes us be able to. We can trade him and get a 5th or a 6th round pick for him and bring
Yes.
that pick right back.
Yes, and
So
bring
it's
it
no
right back.
harm, no foul in a sense.
Well, y'all got an A from me because all
Yes.
7 of y'all's picks, it's a good player.
And
Every
then
pick.
we got that 1st round pick for next year. So now we
Yes.
got 2. The dude, this draft was amazing. Mel Kiper gave it an A+.
Amazing.
Everybody else gave it an A.
I'm giving it an A. Well, the only reason I'm not Yeah, Mel Kiper. Y'all picked Mel Kiper's guy. He's going to give y'all A+. On top of everything else that y'all picked, once y'all picked his guy, you're getting an A+. But it's the A, bro. Every single position, bro, is a really good player. I'm sorry. It's rare that happens.
Listen, in this age, especially with the Browns and Andrew Berry, how he's drafted the last so many years, yes, for it to happen now and how he did this draft,
yeah,
there's Berry haters that have come out and said, you know what, the only thing we're unsure about is the Gabriel pick, but everything else, holy shit. Because next year, say Shador works out.
I think he is.
You got 2 first-round picks next year, and the what-ifs are unimaginable because that means you don't. Jacksonville, all it takes is for Trevor Lawrence to get knocked out.
Yeah.
If say he goes down, something happens in Jacksonville, they could fall in the top 3. That means you got a top 3 pick, and you don't got to waste it on a quarterback. Or
no, I'm going defense.
Or if you got the top pick somehow, you taking everybody's money and all their picks in the world because they want Arch Manning.
Dog,
So
man, listen, I'm trading that pick for the whole farm. I need everything, like draft day. I need that just because I fucking feel like it.
I want your 1, 2, and 3 this year and next year.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That is a fact. And salute, Jesus. And I like what y'all did, man. I really do, man. And y'all future is set up real good. So yeah, hey. All right. Normal guy said, Patriots, please. I'm with you on the Will Campbell pick at 4. Yes. They needed that. You gotta protect Drake May. You need a stud. Like that's the stud. That's their guy. The guy that's gonna be the backbone, and they can, the 2nd round, Travion Henderson, running back Buckeyes. Number 3, of course, Travion Henderson. I feel like he should have went before Junkins, but Junkins probably gonna end up being the better running back. Travion Henderson's gonna end up being the overall. Yeah, Jesus, but
Dude, I'm not
like we said, they only drafted Dylan Gabriel, so Shador Sanders had competition, and he has to go out there and be good. He has no choice now. Third round, Kyle Williams, Washington State, which that's a really good pick because he caught a lot of balls. Damn, pause. That's crazy. And I don't even play pause, but that just sounded crazy. Third round pick, Jared Wilson, center from Georgia. Fourth round, Craig Woodson, safety from California. Another fourth round pick, Joshua Farmer, defensive tackle, Florida State. Fifth round, Braden Swinson, LSU edge rushers. Sixth round, Andreas, whatever his last name is, place kicker, Miami. Damn, they got a kicker. That's good. All right. Seventh round, Marcus Bryant, offensive tackle, Missouri. Seventh round pick, Julian Ashby, Vanderbilt, long snapper. Seventh round, last pick, Kobe Minor, Memphis cornerback. These motherfuckers. All right, the first four picks is good. The rest of that shit, I don't know what that is. I'm giving them a C. I like the first four picks. Maybe the safety out of California, but them first four are fire. But the rest of that shit, I don't know what that is. I don't even know what they was thinking on half of those picks. As the Patriots, bro, they picked a place kicker and a long snapper.
Yeah, because they didn't need what they really needed. They don't need now.
Yeah, I don't know about
that.
You got to
think because they brought in Stephon Diggs is now a Patriot.
Yeah, but they defense wasn't that strong. Well, I guess they did. Because they got a safety.
They drafted in areas that needed. I mean, I'm not mad at it.
I ain't mad at it because they got an offensive tackle, a center, but then they got safety, DT, edge rusher, corner,
and they got Travion Henderson, which fulfills that spot.
I'm giving them a C, man. C plus.
I'll go B.
C plus.
And,
all right.
And Jesus, they got Obo. They got Obo that is the other DE, and he's a good ass.
Obo's a monster. Yeah, I like Obo.
And Dylan Gabriel, yeah, I get it. But dude, the dude, threw the most touchdowns and got a record.
He played like 6 years or some shit.
Dylan Gabriel did a lot of good shit.
He wins, bro. He wins. He just wins. I don't know if it can translate to the NFL, and I'm not a big Dylan Gabriel fan. I think with the Browns, it won't. I think Shador is y'all's perfect style of quarterback. Like that shit Dylan Gabriel do, that's not how y'all want y'all quarterback to play.
Well, Stefanski's perfect quarterback would have been Shador Sanders.
Yeah.
And it's what it's going to be.
That's why he felt the need to bring Jameis Winston, because that's his type of quarterback. Jameis just can't fucking make right decisions when it's time to make right decisions. That was the only problem. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but the body, the arm strength, and the gunslinging shit, that's what Stefanski, he loves that shit, but you got to be smart. You got to be able to make the right decision, man. All them damn mistakes is never going to happen. Yeah, Joe Flacco's going to start the whole year.
Oh, yeah, I think you're going to be day one, and if something happens, then Shador will probably be the one to step in, because I think Shador will come out and be QB2.
Yeah. Anywhere you want to go specifically, or just keep doing what we're doing?
I just keep going.
All right, we're going to go to your boys, man. Them Chargers, man.
I like their draft too.
Pick round 1, pick 22, running back.
Got a running back in this draft, Jesus. We got Quinshon Judkins. We don't need a running back.
No, y'all got two, Judkins and Sampson.
We don't need a running back.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all got two monsters. Like two. Like, yeah, they can start. They're going to be y'all's running backs day one, Judkins and Sampson. That's a fact.
Yeah, and I agree. Yeah, we don't. A DE I get, and O-line, we do need to bring in some O-line, because these guys are getting older, and
that's why I was confused.
And shit, that's gonna be different.
I like the Mason Graham. I like y'all's first two picks, but I was confused, bro. Like, because Jackson Dart got taken in that second pick, in the second round, that first pick, I thought y'all was gonna take an offensive lineman. I just knew that's what y'all was about to take, and then y'all took the best linebacker in the country.
Who they got taken, and
right.
They liked Corley from Oregon, that lineman, and he got picked at the end.
Right. All right.
That running back could be a free agent, though, Jesus. You can grab like one of those dudes, like we just brought in that Deontay Foreman. It could be a dude like that could be running back 3. We don't got to draft one.
Yeah, no, you don't need to draft one. All right, they made a really, really good pick at number 1 or number 22, running back Omarion Hampton. That's going to be really good for the Chargers. They needed a stud running back, and Hampton, he's a stud. He's going to be a stud for sure. Then they went to Ole Miss, second pick, second round. Trey Harris, wide receiver. He's decent. I think he'll work out because, Herbert's going to get him the ball when he plays. So, third pick, third round. Defensive tackle Jamari Caldwell from Oregon. Dude flew under the radar, but he's gonna cause a lot of problems for them. Round 4, Kyle Kennard, South Carolina. Man, that's crazy. Those 2 picks right there are really good. It ain't the top of the top, but they right there to where they together.
They just picks they needed.
Together they can be a problem. Yeah. And then fifth round, another wide receiver, Keandre Lambert Smith from Auburn. I don't know much about him, so I heard about him. I heard that's a good player. So to get him in the 5th round, you really not losing nothing. Second, 5th round pick, Oronde Gadsden, the second tight end out of Syracuse. Don't know who the hell that is. 6th round, Branson Taylor, Pittsburgh, offensive tackle. I actually like that pick. 6th round, second pick, R.J. Mickens, Clemson safety, if he turns out to be what he's supposed to be. Last pick of the draft for them, round 7, Trick Weeze. Damn, that's a crazy name. Trick Weeze. Trick Weeze. Trick, whatever. However you say it, you probably don't even say it like that. Bridges, Florida safety. I don't know much about dude, man, but man, they got to see from me, bro.
Man, I like it. I think they did.
That's all they needed, though. I don't think they needed to draft more than a C, though, because they weren't missing much.
I'm gonna give them a B, but I like their first.
Oh, that's high as fuck.
First 4 picks.
I do too. I actually do.
Right on target. The rest, I think, were just picks to fill holes and see what they can do with them.
You know what? I'm gonna give them a B- because that 5th pick that they made in the 5th round, Lambert Smith, wide receiver from Auburn. I'm gonna give them a B-
They knew their need. They knew their needs. They drafted well, and they just, best player available. That's what they did.
Yeah, and I like that. Yeah, that's smart too, man. Like, that's what you should do. But sometimes people just like to go for the big names, man. I think that's stupid sometimes. Let's go see what the young boy, what Washington did for the young boy. And them, what's they called again? Commanders.
Man,
I'll be one. Yeah, them goofballs. First pick for them was number 29, an offensive tackle, Josh Connerly Jr. Great pick for them. Great pick for them. That's they man. You got to draft your man on that line. That's their man. And
that's the dude that the Browns liked. If he would have felt, that would have been his first pick in the 2nd round.
I tell you what, he won't allow no sacks.
One thing is, they just brought in fucking old boy from the Texans. Big boy.
Dylan Sampson. Yeah, Dylan Sampson's good. Yeah. From where?
From the Texans. He was the dude that got caught smoking weed on draft day and shit. Stupid fuck. He was in Miami. Then he went to the Texans.
Lewan? Is it Taylor Lewan?
No.
What's his name? I know Laremy Tunsil. Is it Laremy Tunsil?
Yeah, Laremy Tunsil.
I could not think his name.
Now, this dude can go on the other side or, whatever and play.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, Seuss, you right. Dylan Sampson is good. That's always a good pick. Second pick, 2nd round was Trey Amos, cornerback, Ole Miss. I like that pick for them. Yeah. He should help them out. 4th round, Jalen Lane, wide receiver from Virginia Tech. Yeah. That's oh my goodness, that's a good 4th round pick. That's a really good 4th round pick. 6th round, Kane Madrano, UCLA linebacker. So another UCLA linebacker off the board. But I don't know. He flew under the radar because of the other guy, man. So I don't really know much about him, but it's the 6th round, so can't really lose too much if he don't turn out to be nothing. Last pick it was in the 7th round, 29, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, Arizona running back. Never heard of that guy. Oh man, I don't know what to even give this. The only pick, huh?
I'm saying a C.
Yeah, I'll probably go C-. I
mean, I don't think they took the offensive lineman too high. They could have drafted a better pick there. Like you could have got Luther Burden there, and then drafted the offensive lineman with your other pick.
Yeah, would have made sense, man. But
or did something else up there, like drafted high. I don't know.
Well, nah, they would have lost. They would have had to trade back up if they wanted that tackle because y'all was taking him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But they could have drafted.
They didn't pick
offensive line. There was offensive linemen throughout the draft.
Right.
You have to go like, all right.
Jesus said no team did anything. Bankers just Raiders, or Bonkers just Raiders. Steelers pass on Shador.
Listen, my thing is the Saints did that in the first and the second round. I was like, ooh,
they was tripping.
They passed on him.
Yeah, the Saints was tripping.
And then when he fell further, then I got weary that the Raiders did too. I'm like, holy shit.
He said the Raiders. Let's see what the Raiders did. Of course, we know they picked Alshon Jeudy at number 6.
That's fucking hell.
Phenomenal pick. Second round, Jack Beck, TCU wide receiver. I don't like that pick.
What? I love it.
I like him. I like it, but picking him like right away like that is crazy. They could have got him. They could have got him further down and got a better wide receiver than that, and still got him because they ended up picking Tommy. They ended up picking Dante Thornton Jr. from Tennessee. That's a fucking great pick in the 4th round. And then they ended up picking Tommy Mellett from Montana State. You picked 3 wide receivers, bro. You could have still got your guy.
That's because they needed wide outs. But I think Jack Beck, that dude, he was.
It's not a bad pick.
He was the MVP of the Senior Bowl, led TCU.
Yeah.
Got records, bro. I mean, the dude's a monster.
It's not a bad pick, but they had nobody else.
What's up, Benny Blanco?
Like he had, salute. He had to be that will. Oh, he said, we'll bring Steelers up right after this. Their 3rd pick was Darian Porter, cornerback, Iowa State. That was in the 3rd round. They had 3 third-round picks. The next 3rd round pick, Caleb Rogers, offensive tackle, Texas Tech. Last 3rd round pick, Charles Grants, William and Mary, offensive tackle. Ooh, back to back. I like that. 4, Dante Thornton. That's a great pick in the 4th at wide receiver from Tennessee. Another 4th round pick, Tonka Hemingway, South Carolina DT. Ooh, they might get a good grade. 6th round, Jay Pegasus, Ole Miss DT. Gosh. 6, Tommy Mellett. I said that in the 6th round. 6th round, last 6th round pick was Cam Miller, quarterback from North Dakota State. Dude, actually, all right. And their last pick was in the 7th round, Cody Lindenberg, linebacker from Minnesota. They got some really good picks, man. They got some late picks that are really good too. I like that Tonka Hemingway in the 4th. I like that Dante Thornton Jr. in the 4th. And JJ Pegasus, I like him in the 6th round too at DT. I'm gonna give him a B-.
Yeah, I'm gonna go B+ because I think they had a lot of picks. They did what they needed with those picks, and they drafted well, I believe. And Jesus, I think it was a whole viewership thing. They knew people. If you watch, the thing that kept happening every day of the draft until he was drafted,
it's a business.
It was his thing was up there. When's Shador going? When's Shador going? It brought viewers to watch the draft because who's going to watch it if Shador's still not picked? It would have been just the same old shit. The fact that he wasn't drafted, people kept tuning in. So, yeah, it almost kind of sets it up like, damn, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, because you got to think. The owners own the teams, so they own the league. Roger Goodell works for them. So they all had a little meeting with all the teams, and they say, yeah, don't nobody pick him.
Or they said, hey,
Cleveland,
you know you want him. We'll let you get him, but you got to take him on the 5th round.
Yep. You got to take him late so people can watch this whole entire draft. People will still tune in.
Shador gets humbled some, and we know what he's about.
Because you got to think, once Travis, Genty, once the first 10 picks are gone, and if one of those is Genty or Shador, nobody's watching no more. Or Travis Hunter. If any one of those 3, they would have been like, nah, we gonna make them drop. People are still gonna watch to see where those guys went. So I like what they did.
It definitely worked, Jesus. It definitely worked.
Yeah. It's a business, man. We gotta keep our viewership up. Viewership is down in the NBA and the NFL for certain shit. Like the draft, people don't watch the draft like that no more. You know what I mean? People watch the 1st round, and that's it. They want people to watch the rest of the draft. The second, day 2, But after that, after the first 3 rounds, the masses aren't really watching that shit no more. Real football heads are watching it now. You know what I mean? The masses watch like the first 3 or 4 rounds, and then it's a wrap. They want you. It really is the first 3. But yeah, so I'm gonna give them a B minus because I like a lot of their picks. They got some gems late though. I do like that. So I'll get the Raiders a B minus. Somebody says Steeler Nation. All right, where the Steelers at, man? Bum ass Steelers, man. Bum ass Steelers. All right, man. I like their first pick too at pick 21. Derek Harmon. I thought they was gonna do something else and grab Shador, but they didn't. They didn't want to do that. They feel like
Derek Harmon. You know, condolences out to this man. I mean, the minute he was drafted, later on, and about an hour later, his mother passed.
Yeah.
So, condolences sent out to him. But that's a hell of a thing to be able to have your mother going through what she was going through and be able to see you get drafted and then be like, "Hey, I'm good to go now."
Yeah. So,
and, I mean, yeah, that's a hell of a thing.
Hell yeah. Harmon at 1, and they didn't have a second round pick. Third round, Caleb Johnson, running back from Iowa, and he's good. Johnson, he's good. I like that pick. This small one, round 4, Jack Sawyer from the Buckeyes, man. You know we have 14 people drafted.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I was mad because right, they picked Jack Sawyer right before the Browns drafted.
Yeah. Oh, that's where I wanted to see him go to. I'm not gonna hold you.
I felt like he was gonna come to the Browns, but then he went to the Pittsburgh.
5th round, Black, I guess. Iowa DT.
Yeah.
Pick 6, Will Howard, QB, Ohio State. 7th round, Carson Bruner, linebacker from Washington. Last pick was in the 7th round. Dante Kent, Central Michigan cornerback. I like Harmon. I like the Johnson pick, Jack. I don't like the Will Howard pick for them. But, I mean, you got Mason Rudolph, so.
Will Howard's.
I don't like it for him. Maybe.
Like, that's what he can be. Because, I mean, Big Ben went to Miami, Ohio. People knew him, but you didn't know him. And then, Will Howard's kind of that dude. He showcases his shit, but nobody's like, nah, he really ain't that good. Oh, he just beat all these teams, won a national championship. He ain't that good. He just went 64 of 66, and the wide receivers are the ones that dropped the 2 passes. Nah, he ain't that good.
No, he's good. I just don't like him for them. I don't like him for them. I just don't like him for them. But we'll see. I'll give the Steelers. Shit, man. I'm gonna give him a B. No bias. I'm gonna give Steelers a B. No bias. No bias.
I can go B minus C plus, in that range.
I like that Derek Harmon pick for them, though, man. Anytime the Steelers get a stud defensive player, is some scary shit.
Well, they knew Cam Hayward's about to be done, so they gotta start replacing him.
Right. All right, man. Let's go ahead and go to my Bengals real quick, man. Yeah, hey, so let's give him a B, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Travis Hunter, probably. Oh, you give us a B. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, so good. Hey, salute, man. All right, number 1, pick 17. Shamar Stewart, edge rusher, Texas A&M. Great pick. He's going to make a difference. Him and Hendrickson about to go out there and cause all type of havoc together. It's about to be amazing. 2nd pick in the 2nd round, Demetrius Knight Jr., South Carolina linebacker. Love it because our linebacker's weak. We needed that. That's a really good linebacker pick right there. He's going to be able to contribute from day one. 3, just the one I was like, but he's from Georgia, so Dylan Fairchild, I like him. I wish we could have got something a little better, but it's cool. I think he'll work out. He'll be all right eventually. 4th round, Barrett Carter, Clemson linebacker. He was actually really good at Clemson, so I'm not mad at that. See, I told you we need them linebackers, man, because Logan Wilson is a monster, but he ain't fully developed to where he should be. I think grabbing these 2 guys will help him with that because it's more competition that's going to be in the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then round 5, Jalen Rivers, offensive guard from Miami. I like it. We took 2 linemen. And then our last pick was the 6th round, Taj Brooks, running back, Texas Tech. I like it. I like it in the 6th round too. Now, I'm going to give us a B minus because I had expectations. You know what I mean? I had things that I wanted them to do and players that I felt like they should have picked, and they passed on a couple of them like they always do. So I'm going to give them a B minus. They lucky I don't give them a C plus, but I'm gonna give them a B minus because I still like the draft. Our first pick is a really, really good. Our first 2 picks for me is really, really good picks. So I'm gonna go B minus, man.
I agree with you. B minus, C plus. Like they could have did better, but they picked players they needed to. I think Shamar Stewart was a good pick. I like Mike Green better than that, but
I know, man. I know.
He fell to the Ravens.
Yeah, I was just about to say, where did he go? Because I forgot.
Second round pick, late second round.
All right, let's go to the stupid ass Ravens. They pissed me off though.
They drafted well.
Dog, they first 2 picks pissed me off because I wanted Malachi, but they first pick was Malachi Starks, safety from Georgia, man. Like, he is about to be a terror out there on the Ravens, man. Like, I really wanted him, man. Like, he's a monster on the field. Their second pick, second round was Mike Green from Marshall. I can't believe that they let, like, the NFL let him, like, teams let him fall to the Ravens.
Yeah, that was
like
crazy.
How y'all let the Ravens get him out of all people? Y'all let the Ravens get him after drafting Malachi Starks. Those 2 players alone bolsters that defense up with just those 2 players by themselves. Like, Mike Green's gonna go out there and cause problems. Malachi, this man, that's a really good first pick for them, man. And then they went with their 3rd pick and picked Emory Jones Jr. from LSU, the offensive tackle. Like, that's a really good pick. Like, that's a great pick, and you got him in the 3rd round. 4th round, I don't know this guy, Teddy Buchanan, but I think I heard of him before, a linebacker from California. I think I heard that he was good. I don't remember, though. 5th round, they had a lot of picks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They had 11 picks, yo. 5th round, offensive tackle Carson Vincent, Alabama A&M. 6th round, Bilal Cohn, Western Michigan cornerback. Another 6th round. Damn, they had 5 6th round picks. Another 6th round pick, Tyler Loop, Arizona place kicker. Another 6th round pick, LeJohntay Wester, Colorado wide receiver. Another 6th round pick, Aeneas Peoples, Virginia Tech DT. Last 6th round pick, Robert Longerbeam, Rutgers corner. Who the fuck is that? Last pick of the draft was in the 7th round, Garrett Dellinger, LSU offensive guard. I only like the first 3 picks, maybe. The rest of them, I don't even know who half them dudes is. I don't, man. I'm sorry. I don't know who none of them dudes is.
What the Ravens really need to do? They just need
to
draft players.
They needed to get they needed to get those first 3 picks for sure. Yeah. And maybe that 4th one because they did need another linebacker. But those first 3 picks are stud players. They needed those 3 studs for sure. After that, it really don't matter for me. So I'm gonna still give them a B.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they get a B. Definitely.
Yeah, because after that 4th pick, none of that other shit really mattered. They drafted a place kicker, like
because they again, what's going on with fucking Tucker?
Well, yeah, you're right.
Again, they have 5 6 round picks, so they just drafted.
Okay, so Jesus said Buchanan is Fred Warner like dog. Dog, man, don't say nothing. Come on, man. That can't, man. I hope that ain't true. Because if that's true, they drafted Malachi Starks, Mike Green, and then their 4th pick was in the 4th round, a fucking Fred Warner type linebacker. Man, if that's true, they get a B plus from me. I got to put a plus on that B if that's true.
Yeah,
because I think I heard of him. I don't know if I heard that, but I think I have heard of him before. But damn, Fred Warner, that's crazy. All right, let's go see what
and Jesus, Buffalo. I don't know if Isaiah Bond gets signed with all that shit going on. And
damn, nobody drafted Isaiah Bond.
He in all that trouble.
What'd he do? I ain't see that.
And he got like domestic violence charges or assault charges and shit going on.
Oh, man, you a monster, bruh. He will get signed after he through with everything. He'll get signed.
Yeah, because they're not gonna do a Deshaun Watson thing where Deshaun was going through all that shit and you brought him in.
Yeah. No, they're gonna let him finish all this shit. Yeah. He might not get a job until next season or late in the season before the deadline. You know what I mean? Nobody wants him right away with all that stuff he got going on. All right, let's see what the Bills did. Because they be right on the cusp, but it looked like they went all defense except for a tight end and an offensive tackle out of like 8 picks. So they knew what they needed. Y'all's defense couldn't sustain shit, but y'all offense was pick 1, pick 30 in the first round. I like Maxwell Harrison from Kentucky cornerback. That's a great pick. Second pick was second round, TJ Sanders, South Carolina DT. That's a really good pick. And Landon Johnson was in the third round, Arkansas edge rusher. That's a great pick. Now, the fourth round was Deion Walker, DT from Kentucky. That's actually a good fucking pick. Number 5, Jordan Hancock, cornerback, the Ohio State. So their first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks was all defense. And I got to say, I like them all.
Yeah.
Got to say, I like them all. And then we got fifth round pick was Jackson Halls, tight end, Georgia Tech. I know he's all right. I don't know how good he's going to be, but he was decent. Not a real, I don't know. We'll see. I can't really say too much about him, but I've seen him play before. 6th round, Dorian Strong, Virginia Tech cornerback. I think he's gonna turn out to be a good player. Second, sixth round pick, Chase Lund, UConn offensive tackle. Last pick of the draft was the 7th round, Caden Prather, Maryland wide receiver. I'm giving Buffalo a B+ because that 1, 2, 3, 4. Their first 5 picks is really, really good picks. Really, really good picks. And I think that's going to change. Damn, it's just started pouring down raining.
Yeah.
That's going to change the dynamic of their defense because they got 3 defensive linemen in those first 4 picks.
And Jesus, the Bills can go after Keenan Allen, Tyler Lockett.
Yes.
There's some receivers out there because they need.
Somebody signed Lockett. Remember, Lockett signed to.
Oh, that's right. Lockett did sign to the Titans.
And who else signed to the Titans? It was another wide receiver when we seen Lockett, and we was like, they got another Van Jefferson. That's why the Titans picking like they picked. Yeah, Cam Ward about to have so many weapons. He got like 5 receivers now because they drafted 2. So I'm gonna give the Bills up. They definitely getting a B+ for me. I ain't gonna hold you. They get it. I'm gonna give them an A. Like those first 5 picks is crazy.
Damn, it is bad out there, boy.
Yeah, it's bad. It just went crazy. Yeah, I'm giving the Bills an A, man. I am. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, Jesus, they didn't really need a wide receiver. That's why they didn't pick one until their very last pick was a wide receiver. They needed defense. They picked the offensive tackle, and their last 2 picks was offensive tackle, wide receiver. The first 7 picks or 6 picks. No, they picked the tight end too in the 5th round. So they picked 3 offensive guys out of another was like 7 defensive players. So I'm giving them a B, man. I ain't B+. I ain't gonna hold you. No, I'm giving them an A, man. I'm sorry. I am. They did really good, man. I'm impressed. Let's see what Dallas didn't do.
I like Dallas' draft to be
honest. I already know without even looking. I'm finna get them a D. Without even looking, though. Let's see. First pick 12. Tyler Booker, offensive guard, Alabama. Phenomenal.
They needed that.
Something smart. They did something smart right out the gate.
I like their draft because it wasn't flashy. They just picked what they needed. Jerry Jones actually did something smart.
I thought they was going to just do a bunch of goofy shit and try to get the big name and all that shit. You know what I mean? But they didn't. Damn, it just got dark in here, man.
Yeah, it's dark. It's fucking raining sideways. I got my balcony open. It rains sideways.
It's raining sideways. Their second pick, Donovan, is however you say his last name, Boston College edge rusher. That was the 2nd round. 3rd round, Siobhan Ravel Jr., East Carolina cornerback. Pick 5, Jaden. They spelled that so weird. Jaden Blue, Texas running back. Blue is really good. I like Blue. They needed that. Second pick in round 5, Shamar James, Florida linebacker. 6th round pick, Johnny Cornelius, Oregon offensive tackle. That's a good pick in the 6th round too. 7th round, Jay Toya, UCLA DT. Yeah, UCLA got so many defenders in this draft. Second, 7th round pick, Phil Maffa, Clemson running back. Last pick in the draft, 7th round, Tommy, well, I don't know how to say that, Maryland DT.
Listen, A minus.
A minus, holy
A
shit.
minus because they drafted for need, not flash, and they got everything they needed. Running back, offensive lineman, they put some defense in there. They did everything they needed to do.
That's the one thing that I do like is that they did everything that they needed to do. You said A minus. I'm going to give them a B minus. B minus. That's what I'm doing. It's raining like crazy. Red Jet is raining like crazy.
Red Jet, I don't know what is fucking crazy. I don't even know what
it's weird. All right, so you gave him Dallas a A minus. I gave him a B minus. That B minus. All right, let's see what CJ Stroud and them.
Storms are hitting us pretty hard right now.
Yes,
like it's about to get bad.
Some boo boo.
But it's going to hit quick, and then there's some shit coming up later on. But
hey, man, Cavs right now might be number one favorite to win his title.
What up, Bobby?
We just won by how much last night? Like 60 or some shit?
No, 55.
50, 55, 60, some shit like that. All right, Texans. They didn't have a first round pick. Their first pick was in the second round, right after the Browns. Jaden Higgins, wide receiver, Iowa State. I like that for CJ. Pick a second pick in the second round. I don't know, Irsay, offensive tackle, Minnesota. Third round pick, Jalen Noel, Iowa State. Damn, they got both Iowa State wide receivers. But Jalen Noel, I like him. I like Higgins too, but I like Noel. Probably like Noel better. But they took both Iowa State corners or wide receivers. Second, third round pick, Jalen Smith, cornerback, USC. Fourth round pick, Woody Marks, running back, USC. Sixth round pick, Jalen Reed, safety from Penn State. Sixth round, Graham Mertz, Florida QB. Graham Mertz, I forgot all about Graham Mertz. Seventh round pick, Keontae Hamilton, DT Rutgers, like that pick. Last pick in the draft, 7th round, Luke Lackey. Lackey, Iowa tight end. Damn, in the 7th round, that's a good pick for him too. Give him they get a B minus.
Yeah, I'll go C plus.
Yeah, they got some good picks. Yeah, I might go C plus with you.
Now, we're not a drought state, Jesus. It's just when storms hit, they hit. Like this, tornadoes be ripping through down here.
Oh, no, our shit rains. That's all it do is rain. Shit, for the rest of the spring, it's about to fucking rain until the summer. We get nothing but damn rain when it's springtime. So, yeah, C plus. I'm with you on the C plus.
Saw that flash over on Jay's ship. Power about to go out.
Oh, no, that's the TV.
I mean, that shit went complete dark for a second. I was like, damn.
Yeah. All right, man, let's go to Green Bay because I like Green Bay. I like what Green Bay did. First pick for them.
I'm gonna go close my window. I fucking hear it going crazy.
Yeah. First pick for the Green Bay Packers was first round 23. Matthew Golden, Texas wide receiver. I'm glad they did. Yeah, but Boston, man, we ain't worried about Boston, man. I'm going with the Cavs, Bobby, man. I'm going with the Cavs, man. Because Boston, they got to make a lot of threes to win, man. And we play some really good defense. The way our team playing right now, Bobby, man, I don't know, man. OKC can't be the favorite, though. They can't be. If anybody's the favorite, it's got to be Boston, man. It can't be OKC. That's crazy.
Boston.
Man, listen, OKC won't be I don't think they'd be if Denver beat
whoever
the Clippers
might beat them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think Golden State might be able to beat them. Because they young, man. Just because they young, but I'm going with Cleveland. But first pick for the Green Bay Packers, first round, Matthew Golden, wide receiver from Texas. Second round pick, Anthony Bolton, offensive tackle, NC State. I like both of those picks. Round 3, Savon Williams, TCU wide receiver. Round 4, Barian Sorrell, Texas edge rusher. Like that pick for them in the 4th round too.
Hold on, Almighty. Hold on. I just saw this shit. We ain't got to worry about y'all Knicks. Y'all barely getting by the Pistons. I mean, we're talking about squeaking by them boys.
And they should have just lost that last game.
And
too.
that last one was a law. That fucking foul call was some bullshit.
That was some bullshit. Shit. It was a foul, and Tim Hardaway should have got 3 shots to end that game.
Man, don't be tall, Knicks. You ain't getting stop.
Yeah, they keep getting lucky too. They not making it past the next round. So even if they get out of this, they not making it past the next round. It don't even matter. Boston sending them home. They already, after this series over, the Knicks might as well just go to Cancun. Where was we at? Oh yeah, round 5. Colin Oliver, linebacker, Oklahoma State. 6th round, Warren Brinson, DT Georgia. 7th round, Micah Robinson, cornerback, Tulane. Last pick, 7th round, John Williams, Cincinnati, offensive tackle. Let's go. Got to get a Bearcat on the board somewhere, man. Man, dog, you can't even see outside right in front of your face right now. So if y'all want to borrow some water out there in Cali, we got you. We got to shut
my bedroom window, and the rain was hitting the wall on the other side.
Yeah, our river gonna flood. We're going to have floods. That's how much it's raining right now.
Well, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
That it's not worried. That's how odds and favors are made. Their path is easy because the 2 and 3 have to go through each other. Plus, they have home court over everybody. It's not an opinion. That's the formula.
Who, the Thunder?
Yeah.
I'm just going off the Thunder. Only got one player that can go get you a bucket. Once you shut him down, then what? Who going to go get you the bucket? And they young as hell. I'm going off of that. You know what I mean? The young teams don't win championships. When have we seen that?
I think the Thunder are good.
They're great. They're really good.
With Denver.
With just Shea. With only Shea scoring all the points. Yeah, you got Shea scoring all the points. It's going to be rough
getting through one of those, but they're beating each other up. If they go 7, that's going to be what helps OKC out a lot. They play tonight.
See that.
So this is the side.
So if they play Denver, Chet Holmgren and Hardenstein. Oh yeah, okay. He talking Vegas. Okay, I was about to say, I was gonna say, Bobby, you know me, but I'm going off of what okay, you talking Vegas. That makes a whole lot of sense now. Okay, I thought he was saying that he think they are. I was about to say, Bobby, come on, man. Like, you can't think that. But Vegas, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Green Bay.
They do need defense.
I know, and they only drafted.
I know y'all heard that shit. That shit crap.
They drafted 1, 2. Well, they drafted 4 defenders, but that was from the 4th round down. So their top picks was wide receiver and offensive tackle. So I'm gonna give them a C+ because they didn't get it. They didn't get a good enough defensive player in one of those first 3 picks that they had. They drafted 2 wide receivers. In the first 3 picks, they got 2 wide receivers. That's crazy.
I think they're gonna move on from a couple of those guys, Wicks and shit. I think a couple of them.
Yeah. I'm giving them a C+ though, because I feel like they should have did more on defense.
I think they could have did way different. Yes.
All righty, let's go. See what the Mile High talking about, man.
Bro, Knicks.
See what the Mile High talking about, man. Yeah, OKC got a 50-point win. We do too. 55, baby. Let's go. But we was playing Miami, though. Both teams playing bums, so. But, hey, you beat an NBA team by 50, bro. It don't matter. That's the NBA team still.
In the play.
Round three.
We trying over here, Red Jet.
Yeah, we trying, but it's going down out here. Second, third round pick, Savion Jones, LSU edge rusher. That's a good pick in the third round. Alabama, or round 4, Quay Robinson, Alabama edge rusher. That's 2 back-to-back great edge rusher picks. 6th round, they drafted a punter, Jeremy Crawshaw from Florida. Last pick of the draft, 7th round, Caleb Lohner, tight end, Utah. You always got to be happy with a tight end from Utah these days. Always. But I like the first pick, the corner. I don't know who Harvey is. I like the 2 edge rushers. C+ for Denver, man. But they didn't need to do no better. They didn't really need to.
They didn't do a lot. They needed to add.
Yeah, they didn't.
They need to add, to your wide receiver. They added a line. They added to their defense. They did what they needed to do.
They added a tight end and a wide receiver, and a running back. So I'll give them a C+ just because they didn't need to do better than a C+ for me. Because Sean Payton been building that team up really good. They brought some really good free agents in. They wasn't hunting for a lot. So go with a C+ for me. Detroit, and they did some smart shit with their first pick. For pick 28, they took Tyleik Williams from Ohio State DT, which was smart because you already got a really good line. Somebody to complement, another young guy to complement Aiden Hutchinson, but their line was already good. So that just makes them and the Giants is going to be a fucking problem, man. Yeah, Bobby, that rain, it's on some bull right now, man. It is.
It's crazy out there.
Yeah. Tyleik was number 1, 2nd round. Tate Ratledge, Georgia, offensive guard. Round 3, Isaac Tesla, Arkansas, wide receiver. Round 5, Miles Frazier, LSU, offensive guard. 6, Ahmad Hassan, or however you say his name, Boise State edge. 7th round, Dan Jackson, safety from Georgia, which that's the other. Yeah, he'll be good in the 7th round too.
Hey,
last pick,
Ahmad Saint. That's the first Egyptian player to be drafted.
Oh shit, for real? Ahmad Hassan, yeah, okay, that's what's up. Last pick of the draft was 7th round for them. Dominic Leggett, wide receiver, Georgia. So they grabbed 2 wide receivers for Jared Goff, 2 offensive guards, a DT, an edge rusher, safety. I'm gonna give them a B.
Yeah, they did all right.
Give them a B.
Jameson Williams might be traded and moved on from. So they did what they needed to do.
Yeah, and I think that's why they got both of those receivers. All right, what we got left? LA Rams, Dolphins, Vikings. All right, let's go to the Vikings. Oh, how much time? Oh, yeah, we good. Let's go to the Vikings, man. Their first pick 24, Donovan Jackson, Ohio State offensive guard. Didn't have a pick again till the 3rd round. Ty Felton, Maryland wide receiver. I like that pick for them. Didn't have another pick until the 5th round. Treon Ingram Dawson, Georgia edge. Georgia got a lot of fucking defenders in this draft too. That's a good one. 6th round, Kobe King, Penn State linebacker. That's a great pick. Last pick was the 6th round, Gavin Bartholomew. That's crazy. Bartholomew, though. Pittsburgh tight end. Donovan Jackson, Felton wide receiver, Dawkins King. I'm gonna give him I don't think the Vikings did. The Donovan Jackson is great, but those other guys, man, it was just some better players. By the time you got to the 3rd round and that wide receiver they took, Tate Felton, however you say his name, there was better wide receivers available at that time, man. Yeah. I'm going to give them a C. I'm giving the Vikings a C. They drafted somebody named Bartholomew, last name Bartholomew, yo.
And that's rumors out there that they're talking about teams trying to come at him and trade for Jameson Williams.
Yep. What he said, he brought up the Rams. Let's go to the Rams. So I got C for the Vikes, man. Rams. Let's see. They didn't have a pick to the 2nd round. Terrence Ferguson, Oregon tight end. Like that. It's a great pick. Third round, Josiah Stewart, Michigan edge. That's a great pick. 4, Jarquez Hunter, Auburn running back. Hunter was all right. Pick 5 or round 5, Ty Hamilton, DT, Ohio State. Great pick. Second pick, round 5, Chris Paul Jr., linebacker, Ole Miss. Last pick was 7th round, Kanata Mumpfield, wide receiver, Pittsburgh. I cannot agree with that B- that you gave them. I'm gonna go C+.
I'm going to agree with the B- because the reason why they didn't have a first round pick is because they traded it and fleeced the Falcons and got that second first round pick for next year. So,
Yeah, I get it. That's a move that could definitely get you a B-. Miami. Let's see what Miami's did, man. First pick was pick 13, Kenneth Grant, DT, Michigan. That is a really good pick for them. Second round pick, Jonas, whatever the hell you say that, Oregon offensive guard. Didn't have another pick until the 5th round, Jordan Phillips, Maryland, DT. Another 5th round pick, Jason Marshall Jr., Florida cornerback. Last 5th round pick, Dante Trader Jr., Maryland safety. Oh, Ali Gordon in the 6th round. I was wondering who got him because I missed that pick. Ali Gordon went far, boy, and he was a Heisman front runner 2 years ago. Then Quinn Ewers, 7th round, first pick in the 7th round. Quinn Ewers, QB, Texas. Last pick, 7th round, Zeke Biggers, Georgia Tech, DT. I like the Ali Gordon. I like the Quinn Ewers. I like that Grant. Their first pick was pretty good, and their second pick. I'm gonna give them a B.
yeah, I can give him a B.
Get them boys in Miami a B. All right, we have the Panthers, Cardinals, and the Chiefs. Kansas City. Kansas City's first pick, 32, Josh Simmons, Ohio State offensive tackle. Phenomenal pick because Simmons came over there, transferred over, and did his thing and then got injured, but it's cool. Second round, Omar Norman Lott, Tennessee, DT. Tennessee, Georgia, and Ohio State. Bro, we got so many defensive players in this damn draft. It's crazy. That's a really good pick. Norman Lott is going to be really good for Kansas City. Round 3, Ashton Gillott, Louisville edge. Second, third round pick, Noel Williams, cornerback, California. 4th round pick, Jalen Royals, wide receiver, Utah State. 5th round pick, Jeffrey Bassa, linebacker, Oregon. Last pick of the draft, 7th round, Brashard Smith, SMU. And I like that pick right there. B-.
F. No.
F-. Now I'm gonna give the Chiefs. I'm gonna give the Chiefs a B-, man. I'm gonna give them a B-. I like their first 2 picks, and then I like that 7th round pick with that running back. But I only like their first 2 picks though.
They did all right.
Yeah, I'll give them a B-. All right, last 2, Panthers. I like their first pick at 8. They gave Bryce Young a tremendous weapon, McMillan out of Arizona. Him and that dude from Stanford, man, those 2 dudes are like really good wide receivers. Second pick, Nick Scourton, Texas A&M edge. That's a good pick. 3rd round, Princely, I don't know how you say that last name, edge, Ole Miss, not a bad pick. Pick 4, Trevor Etienne, Georgia running back, Travis Etienne's brother. I like that pick. So they first 4 picks are great. And then 4, Lathan Ransom, safety, Ohio State. So that's 5 picks in a row that are good picks to me. 5th round, Cam Jackson, DT from Florida. Damn, that's a good pick too. 5, Mitchell Evans, tight end. Last pick, 6th round, Jimmy Horn Jr., wide receiver, Colorado. So they got McMillan and Jimmy Horn. So that's 2 weapons for Bryce. Got him Trevor Etienne and got him Mitchell Evans, tight end from Notre Dame. So they bolstered that offense, and they got 2 edges, safety, DT. I'm giving them a B. Actually, I'm giving them a B. I'm giving them a B+, actually, because they did really good. They addressed both sides.
I think that was a good draft.
That's a really good draft for them. And they got two good a great wide receiver, a good wide receiver, probably going to be a great running back, a really good safety, two really good edge rushers. Yeah, I'll give them a B plus. All right, who's the lucky last team? The Cardinals. Hold on, let me make sure I ain't skipping nobody. I think that's every. Yeah, I think it's just the Cardinals. All right, yep. No, the Jets and the Cardinals. Jets, Cardinals, Seahawks. All right, we got three more. Seahawks. First pick, 18, Gray Zabel, North Dakota State offensive guard. Great pick.
Mm-hmm.
Second round pick, Nick Emmanwori, South Carolina safety. Second pick in the second round, Elijah Arroyo, Miami tight end. I like that pick.
Mm-hmm.
Round 3, Jalen Milroe, quarterback Alabama. I like that pick for them, just for them. They didn't have another pick until the 5th round. Riley Mills, Notre Dame DT. Second, 5th round pick, Torrey Horton, Colorado State wide receiver. Another 5th round pick, last 5th round pick, Robbie Alzitz, Alabama tight end. 6th round pick, Bryce, however the hell you say that, offensive tackle, Kansas. All right, I like this pick right here. First, 7th round pick, Damian Martinez, running back, Miami. That's a stud. Second, 7th round pick, Mason Richmond, Iowa offensive tackle. Last pick of the draft for them, 7th round, Ricky White the third, UNLV wide receiver.
I give them a B. They drafted what they needed. Offensive line. They picked the tight ends.
Yeah.
And they got Jalen Milroe, quarterback as a future if they like him.
Yep, I'm with you on that. Yep, B for sure. All right, Jets. Where the Jets go?
Trash.
Okay, that's Jets. Trash. Their first pick was great. Pick 7, Armand Mimbao. That's a great pick. Offensive tackle from Missouri. Second round, Mason Taylor. Great pick right here. LSU tight end. That's a great. They hit a lick on that too. Third round, however you say his name, Thomas, Florida State cornerback. 4th round, Arian Smith, Georgia wide receiver. Second, 4th round, Malachi Moore, Alabama safety. That's a really good pick in the 4th round. 5th round, Francisco, however the hell you say that, Miami linebacker. Last pick of the draft was in the 5th round, Tyler Barron, edge rusher, Miami. That's a really good 5th round pick. For what the Jets needed, their first 3 picks are really good picks. And then they snuck a safety in at their 5th pick. I'm gonna give them a B also.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Give them a B also. All right, last team we have is Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. And this already, they went all defense except for one offensive guard in the 6th round. So their first pick was, they went all defense. Okay, they first pick 16, Walter Nolan, Ole Miss DT. Beautiful. That's a great pick. Mm-hmm. This one is the one. 2nd round, Will Johnson, Michigan cornerback. That's going to work out.
Fell right to him, man. That's
fell
crazy.
Right to him. That was perfect for them. That's the one right there, though. That's the one that's going to pay off the most. 3rd round, Jordan Burch, Oregon edge. That's a good one, too. Number 4, Cody Simon, Ohio State linebacker. That one right there, you're getting Cody Simon in the 4th round. He been a stud, tackling machine, Heisman caliber linebacker. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. And then guess what they did right after that? Round 5, Denzel Burke, Ohio State cornerback. And they traded up to get him. 6th round, Hayden Connor, offensive guard, Texas. That's the only offensive player. Last pick for them. 7th round, Keaton Crawford, Nevada safety. Okay.
I'm with you, Jesus, B plus.
Yeah.
And they need defense because look, their offense is good. They got weapons on offense. Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison. They got James Conner running the ball. They needed defense to be bolstered.
I'm giving them an A because that DT, that first pick, he's a stud. We know about Will Johnson. Burch in the 3rd round is a big boy. That's a lick. Like that's a steal. Burch in the 3rd round, and then Cody Simon in the 4th round. That's those 2 alone for me. That's great positions to pick them. So y'all got B plus. I'm gonna go A, and that wraps up the recap and what these teams did. And so actually, I'm lying. 49ers. Did we do 49ers?
No.
Nope, we didn't. All right, so 49ers is the last one. First round, their pick was 11. Mikael Williams, Georgia edge rusher. Great pick. Second round, Alfred Collins, Texas, DT. Great fucking pick. Third round, Nick Morton, Oklahoma State linebacker. That's crazy. Third round pick, Upton Stout, Western Kentucky cornerback. Fourth round, CJ West, Indiana DT. Fourth round pick, Jordan Watkins, Ole Miss wide receiver. Fifth round pick, Jordan James. That's a good one. Running back from Oregon. Ooh, they got him in the fifth too. Fifth round pick, Marquise Sigel, Kansas State safety. Seventh round, Curtis Rourke, quarterback, Indiana. Oh, Rourke got drafted. Wow, that's a good pick. And dude was good at Indiana too. Seventh round pick, Connor Colby, offensive guard, Iowa. Last pick of the draft for them, 7th round, Junior Bergen, Montana wide receiver. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm gonna go be with you.
They knew they needed defense because all their defense was gone. They drafted defense,
and they did really good. That defense should turn around in a couple years, and that wraps up the recap. So, how'd you like the draft, man? I think
everybody did good. Like just kind of like Jesus said, overall, all teams did kind of like a B. Like
yeah,
that range. You had some A's, B, and then you had a C or 2. But yeah, it was teams actually had a good draft.
Yeah. He asked if Mikael Williams has natural strength like Justin Smith. Yes, he does. He's a stud. He's a stud. He's a monster. I like it. I enjoyed the draft, man. And you said it was gonna be some big shit happening right off the top, and then what the fuck Jacksonville do?
4 or 5 trades right off first round.
How'd you feel about that when you seen Jacksonville trade? When you seen y'all trade that second pick?
When we traded that second pick, I'm like, my first thought right off rip, hey, we're getting Genty. They changed everything up. They're taking Genty. I love the trade package. I was happy as fuck about that. Like, cool, we got another number 1 next year. We got a number 2 this year. Number 4. I was like, hell yeah. I'm cool with the trade package. And then I'm thinking, Genty seems like it. Like, we're going to get Genty because then we're going to get our quarterback in the second round,
Right.
But I'm all right with it. Mason Graham, again, he could be disruptive. Once he pushes that middle, Miles is going to eat all day. It's going to be nice.
He said Almighty said he think the Giants, of course, he's a Giants fan, so we can't put too much stock into that. He said he think the Giants had the best draft.
Thursday will be the next
Thursday.
News.
Yep, Thursday. What you think? Who you think had the best draft?
I think the Giants had a hell of a draft. And I know you don't like Dart, but I love Dart for you guys.
Dart. Stealing Dart was a good one.
I'm telling you, that's the Bo Nix this year. I like it. Time, it depends. It could be 12, between 12 and 2 is probably what we're looking at.
Right.
Well, no, you got to go to work, don't you? So it'll probably be 12 and 1.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I do got to go to fucking work.
But
who you think had the best draft, man?
I like the Browns and the Giants draft.
They definitely are 2 of the top teams that had the best draft.
I like them both. I like what the Browns did. They drafted everything they needed to. Dylan Gabriel's the only one that I fucking played. The Ravens, I think, had a good draft. Dylan Gabriel is the only pick that blows my mind, really, for anything. But I mean, I get it, but that's the only pick the Browns had that I was like, oh shit.
Right.
But everybody else I fucking loved. And yeah, the Giants had a hell of a draft. The Eagles had a good draft. Those 4 teams, that's probably your top 4.
I gotta go with Cleveland, man. I don't even want to pick them, but just Graham, Carson, Judkins, Fanning, Dylan Sampson. I ain't even added 2 quarterbacks. All 5 of those players can play day one. All
then you
5
add
of them.
Shador. Like, I'm not even going to say Dylan because I'm going to
You don't even got to add Dylan. Right. And then you add Shador. It's like, bro, every position y'all drafted is a good player.
Next year?
that's what I'm saying. You got to include that stuff too. You know what I mean? You got to include picks and stuff like that you came up on. But when you look at every position, it's a stud it's the guy that can play day one at every position. We ain't even counting Dylan Gabriel. And if y'all had zero quarterback, he could go play quarterback from day one. Like that's only reason why I'm going with y'all. Giants number 2 for sure. But that's the only reason why I'm going with y'all, man, because every position is a guy that can start day one. Like, that's a phenomenal draft, and I hate to say that, but it is. Like, I was impressed. Every pick y'all made, I'm like, what? How does this keep happening? Because once you get Mason and then you get that linebacker, it's like, okay, nobody expected that. But then you get Judkins and they let you get Fanning in the next pick. Like, people must not knew about Fanning. People must not knew about him. Because he can block all that shit, but he gonna get you possessions, all that stuff.
He got hands.
So hands. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go with that, man. I'm gonna go with the Browns, man.
Hey, if Gabriel beats out Shador and becomes a good ass quarterback, hey, more power to it. Dan.
Exactly.
But I don't see a small left-handed quarterback doing anything in this league.
But see, I just don't think that y'all. I don't think it's a loss. I think y'all put yourself in a win-win situation, because if Shador don't work out and Dylan does, you still got one that worked out, and then vice versa. I think either way, you're not gonna have both of them not work out.
And no
that's
matter
what I'm saying.
You could trade Dylan and get a 5th or 6th round pick for him from some other team that'll take a shot on him.
And Jesus, that's what I'm talking about. That's why him getting picked where he got picked. I was surprised that it wasn't Shador. Because you could have just drafted another goon at another position where you picked Dylan Gabriel. That's why I was lost by that. Like, and then when they did pick Shador, I'm like, oh, you motherfucker, y'all. But it's QB competition. His competition can't be Flacco.
Trying to do a real competition and let people.
Yeah. Flacco only there for 1 year. He knows his fate. He has to have somebody to compete, and Dylan Gabriel is a good enough quarterback for him to compete with. They wasn't about to just get no bum and just have a bum go out there. No, we want somebody to push you to the limit, because I believe Shador Sanders is y'all's guy. Y'all want to be y'all's quarterback.
Like we talked about Jesus. Shador, I think Shador fell. Like they knew the Browns wanted him, and they said, all right, well, you got to pick him later on. We got to let this happen, viewership, or we got to humble this dude, and every team was in on it. And I think that's what happened, because you can't sit there and say, I'm going to look at his stats and say, this dude sucks.
Right.
His completion percentage, 4,000 yards. I mean, the dude did all that without an offensive line and a run game for how many years? I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
I mean, his running back totaled 380 yards. Come on.
Yeah. Real quick before we get up out of here, man, we got 4 playoff games tonight in the NBA. Pacers Bucks at 6. The Bucks going home. 7:30. The Pistons going home. Pistons Knicks. 8:30.
I don't think the Pistons go home. I think the Pistons win this game.
The Pistons going home, bro. They cheating for them. They cheating for the Knicks. They cheating for the Knicks now, bro. They going home. It's over. They going home.
That's why they gonna give the Pistons this win.
Nah, they want both. They want the Pacers and the Knicks to end the same day so they can get the same amount of rest for the next series. Already see how this is about to go. 8:30. Magic going home. Celtics about to get them out of there. And then the best series so far. The best game, the best series. It's them. But that Knicks Pistons is a great series too, though. But the Clippers Nuggets, man, I'm gonna go with the Nuggets. Go up 3-1, 3-2 in the series because they back in Denver. Yeah, they back in Denver. And then
all right, look, I got the Pacers, Pistons. I'm gonna take Boston. I'm taking the Clippers.
Shit, I got the Pacers, Knicks, Celtics, Nuggies. The Nuggies.
All right. And then Thursday we will come back. We will talk more playoff basketball.
Hold on, though. Wednesday, real quick. Wednesday, because we won't be back till Thursday. Warriors, Rockets, Lakers, Timberwolves.
I
got the Warriors.
It depends.
Lakers winning.
Lakers
winning, bro.
He sprained his ankle and shit. What happened? Is that bad? What's going on?
But that ain't even the reason why they've been losing. It ain't Ant-Man. Ant-Man's gonna do that regardless. They bench is so ass. JJ Redick don't even want to play him. He's not even trying to play his bench. That's their problem. And Luka and Bron, Luka should be able to play 46 minutes. Bron's 40 years old. He got more minutes than anybody to ever touch a basketball. He should never be playing 46 minutes in the playoff game.
Hey, Jesus, we're going to say 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock Thursday.
Yep.
But yeah, if Ant-Man's down though, that takes big. It don't matter if he ain't been doing it all. But
Well, yeah, but Ant-Man's gonna get his points. It's just that bench is so fucking
that
bad,
ankle,
man.
I want to know: is that ankle going to
Yeah,
play?
but I'm going Warriors. Rockets going home. I didn't think the Rockets was getting out of the first round against the Warriors or the Clippers or whoever they would have had
He's
to
not
fight.
even on the fucking injured.
No, he's playing. And then
Eastern.
I'm going Lakers. I'm going Lakers over the Timberwolves, man.
Eastern, Jesus. We're in Eastern time. We're not Central. So if you 3 hours, it'd be. I don't know what it'll be for you. What?
Where's he at?
He on the West. So 3 hours.
Oh, so it's 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock for you.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock for him. So I'm gonna go Warriors, Lakers in that one, and then we'll get back to it Thursday and really talk about it on Thursday.
All right, sounds good. Hey, appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit those buttons. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. Hit that like button on your way out. Doesn't cost you anything, and it's easy as hell to press it. Make sure you show some love. And again, be back here Thursday for Off the Rails. Salute.
Salute.
Y'all. See you next time.